Hey, good morning, everyone. Hey, haven't been posting a lot on YouTube lately because usually what I do is I post on Periscope. I do a live video, and it used to be Periscope would automatically load that to Twitter because Twitter owns Periscope, and then it would save the video and to my phone, and I would upload it to YouTube. Well, first, Periscope stopped loading my videos onto Twitter, even though I have it set to do that. And then I can't even automatically tweet it. So what I have to do is cut and paste, create a separate link, cut and paste, and post on Twitter myself. But now it will not save my videos to my phone. So I have to make a whole separate video, which is just what I'm going to start doing now. So I'll use Periscope less because Jack and Twitter, you suck, you're fascist, and you fear what I have to say. You suppress my posts big time. I can post 5 or 6 posts and not get one like. But if I post on other people's posts, I always get a lot of likes on my content. Not always, but a lot of times. So anyway, I wanted to jump on here and talk about it's so absurd the leftists all coming out and saying that Donald Trump's tweets about Baltimore and Elijah Cummings' piss poor job of, after spending decades in Congress, doing nothing for the people in his district. I mean, it's a rat-infested s-hole. Look, I went up to Baltimore. I've been up to Baltimore many times. I used to live in the D.C. area. And last time I was at Baltimore at night, I went to the Capitol Grill, which is a very expensive restaurant. Girl I was dating at the time, it was her brother's birthday, so we went to Capitol Grill. And I got to tell you, when we came out, and this is supposed to be in the nice part of town on the waterfront, when we came out from dinner, it was like a freaking war zone. And of course, I'm a concealed carry permit holder in Virginia, but since I was in Maryland, I didn't have my firearm with me. I had my girlfriend with me, and I tell you, it was just like everything around us. It was just criminal element. We had motorcycle gang fly down the street. I swear to God, it's 70 miles an hour on a city street with, got a little tree work going on behind me, with, I'm going to move over here, with 4 cop cars in high-speed pursuit and, feet away from us. And it's just like, man, I'm never coming up here again at night again. So it is a shithole city. It really is. And one of the reasons for that is because Maryland has been dominated by Democrats for so long. Baltimore, like all urban centers in the country, larger urban centers are run by leftists, and they run them into the fucking ground, End of story. They run them into the ground. The proof is in the pudding. So what irks me, though, is that the implication by the Democrats is that Donald Trump for calling out Elijah Cummings, who, by the way, his wife needs to be investigated for stealing money. Apparently his daughter is also using a government car to Uber. And I got to tell you, I've been watching Cummings for a long time, and I'll eat my shoe if that guy's not corrupted as they come. So, but the implication that the leftists make now, oh, Donald Trump's tweets were all racist, this and that. It's like the implication is that a white person or a white president or whatever cannot criticize a non-white person or automatically it's racist. We all know that's bullshit, and it's intolerable. It's illegitimate as it comes, and you leftists, you run cover for real racists, because there are some true racists in this country, like Aryan Brotherhood, for instance. You run cover for them when you cry wolf all the time, and then nobody even listens to your broken record bullshit of calling people racist all the time. So, Donald Trump, the American people love him, and he's going to be reelected because he calls it like he sees it. He's not politically correct, and he's an honest guy. Yeah, sometimes he shoots off his mouth a little bit or whatever, but I'll take that any day of the week as long as the honesty and the integrity and the decency and actually looking out for the American people comes along with that. Then I was reading about, I think he's Representative Congressman Ratcliffe from Texas was on Fox News, and I don't watch any of the mainstream media, but I got this off of Twitter, and he very solidly came out and said that those who were involved, he said there are people guilty within the Obama administration of crimes with this whole GPS fusion garbage dossier, and that they are under investigation by the DOJ, and people are going to be held accountable for these crimes. And I got to tell you, I'm thinking it's a list of a dozen or so. I got to think Obama's in on this. I got to think Jarrett's probably in on it. Susan Rice. Hillary Clinton's definitely in on it. McCabe needs to go to jail. Peter Strzok needs to go to jail. Lisa Page needs to go to jail. Bruce and Nellie Orr need to go to jail. John Brennan needs to go to jail. James Clapper might need to go to jail. James Comey needs to go to jail. Rod Rosenstein needs to go to jail. And a lot of others are going to be taken down in this. So I was real pleased to hear that. Aside from all the vile child trafficking crimes that so many of the pedo elites are guilty of, including in Washington, which is all coming out now with the Jeffrey Epstein case. We need to nip this in the bud and make sure this sort of thing does not happen again, and that these traitors, because that's what they are, they used offices of public trust to try to undermine the will of the American electorate. And that, if you're not a traitor, I don't know what a traitor is. And I got to tell you, I grew up in D.C., got a lot of family and friends in government, and I'm going to tell you, the mindset is of these people, and this is what the deep state is all about, that these career bureaucrats, that they really feel like, hey, we run the show. They feel like they have the actual power, and that elected officials come and go, and they're the ones that actually make things happen and decide how this country's going to be run. Well, that's not how a constitutional republic works. By the way, I am so sick of seeing the Nancy Pelosi's, the Kamala Harris, who want to be president of the United States, continually call the United States of America a democracy. It's not a democracy. If it was a democracy, they would have destroyed us long ago by sheer numbers. It's a constitutional republic. Learn the difference, you idiots. That's the only thing that has saved and preserved this nation, and that's the wisdom of the founding fathers, to create a constitutional republic and not a damn democracy, okay? When you have a democracy, you're going to have people voting themselves money out of the treasury, which you already have some of that going on, which it seems like everything that comes out of the Democratic candidate's mouth is giving shit away. Kamala Harris is a big racist because everything that comes out of her mouth is about giving black people things. Forget every other group of Americans. It's only for black folks. And the fact of the matter is, the reason she's doing that is because Donald Trump is going to win in a landslide that's going to make 2016 look like a joke to the Democrats, because he has won over the black vote. Because black folks in America, at least used to 8 to 12% would vote for the Republican candidate in a presidential general election. You're looking at 30+% support. And a lot of that, I'm going to give credit to Candace Owens. I love her with her Blexit movement, who are waking black folks up across this country and getting them off that Democratic plantation. And that's why these Democrats, they attack people like Candace Owens with such visceral, because she is a black woman who dared to step off their plantation because they took for granted the black American vote. Even though we see the urban centers that these very people represent, Maxine Waters, Nancy Pelosi, Elijah Cummings, they all look at the districts that they live in. I mean, they're overrun by homeless people and infestation by rats and disease and just third world shit. So anyways, guys, I wanted to jump on here and talk about those things, and just that I saw a report in the BBC also where 25 babies were found in the Ivory Coast, and it looks like they were part of a organ stealing. They call it organ donating, organ stealing, and child sacrificial ritual murders. So this stuff is rampant across the globe. It is brought to you by the Luciferians, and it's gonna fucking end, okay? Regular human beings are, when the truth comes out about all this, are not gonna tolerate it. And by the way, just saw Adam Schiff after the Mueller festivities on Cap Hill talk about fake videos and how videos can be made fake these days. And if you keep your eyes open, you'll see an article or leftists, Luciferians commenting about, oh yeah, fake videos can be made now. We got to look out for that, blah, blah, blah. And the reason is, folks, because there's a lot of video evidence that's going to come out that's absolutely unbelievable. It's going to make people vomit. It really is. And so they're trying to set it up like, oh, all that's going to be fabricated. That's what they're hinting at. When the fact of the matter is, we know it's all very real. And again, I wish the New York City Police Department had the balls to release what they found on Anthony Weiner's computer, because that would set things into motion nicely. So anyways, guys, just wanted to jump on here and talk about those few things. Everything is going nicely, I think, with the way things are unfolding. I think we're going to see indictments. Indictments are probably already being unsealed, and very well tribunals are already taking place for the Luciferian child traffickers and murderers. But we're also going to see indictments coming down soon for this latest treasonous coup plot against the president, where these son of a bitches who were entrusted with these very powerful offices within our government use them to try